Before I begin today's video, I just want to say that Planned Parenthood abortion has killed 20 million black babies since 1973, Roe v. Wade, which is more than fire, gun death, drugs, HIV, AIDS, all of that combined times many times over. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Pennsylvania local rep Brian Sims harassing people outside of a Planned Parenthood. Now, if you let him tell it, he is protesting the protesters that are harassing folks going into the Planned Parenthood. But what he was really doing was being a bully, being a weirdo. And I think all of this stems from some deep-seated childhood issues. Now, I do have video of his harassment. I'll play most of the first clip so you get a gist of what's going on, and then I'll play all of the second clip. In these clips, you'll be able to see where he was, who he was harassing, the general context. After we get done watching it, I'll give you a little bit more insight as to what's happening. I'll tell you why I think he was doing it, more about his personal life in his past, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Hi everyone, Representative Brian Sims here, and I'm once again out in front of Planned Parenthood of southeastern Pennsylvania. It's not only in my district, it's the most heavily protested Planned Parenthood, I believe, in the country. And today's protester, now, she is an old white lady who's going to try to avoid showing you her face. But the same laws, luckily, that protect her from being out here also protect me from showing you who she is. And so my hope is that you'll donate $100 for every extra hour that this woman is out here telling people what's right for their bodies. So I have a couple questions for you, ma'am. How many children have you clothed today? I'm sorry, I missed your answer. How many children have you clothed today? How about how many children have you put shoes on their feet today? Have you fed any children today, or have you just stood out in front of a Planned Parenthood shaming people for something that they have a constitutional right to do? Huh? If you're here about the children, you can pray at home for children. It's probably the same place that you could feed a child, but you're not. Instead, you're out here shaming people for something that they have a constitutional right to do. Hi everyone, Representative Brian Sims here, and I am outside the Planned Parenthood at southeastern Pennsylvania. Oh, no, they're leaving now. What we've got here is a bunch of protesters. A bunch of pseudo-Christian protesters who've been out here shaming young girls for being here. And so here's the deal. I've got $100 to anybody who will identify any of these three.
So we're
I'm going to donate to Planned
praying
Parenthood.
For the babies.
I'm going to donate to Planned Parenthood. So look, a bunch of white people standing out in front of a Planned Parenthood, shaming people. There's nothing Christian about what you're doing. Nothing Christian at all about what you're doing. Hi, nothing Christian or loving or godly about what you're doing. So I've got $100 to anybody who will identify this. $100. See if you got some friends out here. $100. It'd be easier if you just give me your name and your address.
Rich,
come on.
Rich Bohinski.
Rich, where are you from?
Lansdowne.
Rich, what makes you think that it's your job to tell women what's right for their bodies? And the truth is, I'm not really asking because I don't care. Shame on you. Guys, Planned Parenthood out here faces attacks daily from people like this.
Okay, so you saw that. You see what's going on. Now, first things first, this guy is totally out of control. A bully. You notice who he was talking to. I didn't see any adult males. I didn't see anyone that he was harassing that looked like they could pose a physical threat to him. You see, in the first clip, you have a little old lady minding her own business, not trying to talk to him at all. And he is going at her for a long time. I only showed a little bit of that video, but that video went on for about 8 minutes of him just constantly harassing this old lady. It's because he felt like he had power over her, strength over her, and he was able to intimidate her. That's what bullies do. Okay. And I can prove the bully theory by going to the next clip, which he was talking to the lady and the three girls that was with her. 2 of them were her daughters and 1 of them was her daughter's friend. First of all, he was loud and wrong talking about all these white people. Meanwhile, the daughter's friend was not white, and she said that, but he didn't say anything about that. And I'll get to the whole white thing in a minute. But the adult woman was trying to talk to him. He was not interested in talking to her. Why? Because she was confronting him. She was not cowering away. She did not appear to be weak. He wanted to talk to the young girls because he felt like he had some kind of strength and power over them. That's what that was. And I can further prove that by going to the next person he talked to, which was a guy, looked like a small guy, may have been a teenager or something like that. But he didn't back down. He looked him straight in the face and was really calm and stoic. So after about 15 seconds of talking to him, he didn't want to talk to him no more. Okay, but he harassed that first old lady for like almost 10 minutes. You see where I'm going? This guy is weak. He's a bully. With any kind of bully, if you get harassed by them, you punch them in the face one time, they start crying. Because they want to try and feel like they have some kind of strength and power over you. Like they can do whatever they want to you without you doing anything back. That's what bullies want. Okay? And I think that comes from his childhood. The guy is gay, and that's no secret. He put it on his Twitter profile in his apology video, and that was crazy because you may see on the news that Brian Sims apologizes for the Planned Parenthood videos, but really all he was doing was just justifying why he did it, talking about, well, I've been in that same area for like 15 years and I see the harassers and the protesters, and I want to be the person that makes sure people get there safely and don't get harassed. He was just saying, okay, this is why I did it in case you don't know. All right. And also in the video, he was saying how he goes to Planned Parenthood for his PrEP pill. I guess that's a pill that people that are gay take to prevent HIV. If I'm wrong, let me know in the box below. So he's not in the closet or nothing like that. I think the whole gay thing could come from his childhood. Could have been some abuse, some molestation or something like that. That would explain why he's a bully, because maybe at one point in his life, he felt like he was weak and he had no ability to fight back. So he wants to make others feel like he felt back in his childhood. But see, he's not been able to deal with that. So he's still soft. So anytime somebody comes at him and wants to, approach him head on, he backs away. He goes back to that little weak boy that can't do anything to protect himself. But Brian Sims, you are an adult male. I'm seeing salt and pepper in your beard. You are too old for this. If you have problems in your childhood, there's no excuse for you to be out here trying to harass old ladies. You need to sit on somebody's couch and work through your demons. All right. Now, you might like Little Mermaid, all that kind of stuff, and that's fine. I ain't judging you, but don't be harassing nobody, and especially if you are an elected official. Okay. What are you really doing? He's not like a big name guy. He might make $25,000 doing that a year. Even still, you are still an elected official and you need to behave as such. You can't just put on a good suit and be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then don't apologize, but at the same time have this kind of behavior out there in the world. And furthermore, this whole thing about, all these white people, and if you go on his Twitter, it's full of just self-deprecating stuff. White this, white that. He played, I think it was high school and or college football. Now I can imagine being in Philadelphia, playing football. You probably around mostly black guys. You may have gotten bullied there. Or white boy this, white boy that. Rather than just being the man and taking that and leaving it in the past, you want to now exert that on others. Oh, you're white, so you don't understand. White this, white that. Sir, don't you realize that you're white? When push comes to shove, you're still going to be what you are. You can virtue signal. You can place whatever kind of internal insecurity you got going on onto others. It's still not really going to protect you when things hit the fan. All right. So I'm not really trying to hear your virtue signaling. I'm not trying to hear all this insecurity coming out, all this frail male stuff from your childhood. I ain't trying to hear it. You need to be a man and take responsibility for yourself. Tighten yourself up. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or whatever. At the end of the day, you're still a man, and you got to behave like that. So, Brian Sims, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm talking about somebody out there peacefully protesting me. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir, and you should step down or be recalled or whatever the process is for your removal. So that's pretty much all I got to say. What say you? Do you think that Brian Sims has some serious deep-seated issues from his childhood, some mental problems? Is it cocaine? Is it roid rage? It could be that going on as well, because I was watching one of the ladies that was with the girls. I was watching her on Fox News talk about how he was like really aggressive, coming in hot, yelling, all this, that, and the third. That kind of behavior, is not really needed. Don't go into a situation where people are acting calm and just doing what they do, behaving erratically. That's not what you should. But if you are doing that, maybe there's some drugs involved. It could be. Shout out to John Ward. He said that on this video, talking about could be some cocaine. Hey, I'm gonna have to agree with that one, boss. But am I wrong here? Was Brian Sims correct for doing what he was doing, for harassing old ladies, little girls, guys that look real small? What is the reason for doing that if it is to be justified? I think it's a clear case of bullying from a man who has not been able to get past his childhood. And he's also very anti-religion. It could have been some stuff going on in the Catholic Church. He could have got touched by a priest or something. I ain't really trying to make jokes. I'm just saying this kind of behavior that he exhibited really points to that. And I think if we get down to the core of this man, if you get him on the couch and let him just spill his heart out, you probably would see some of what I said that could be the problem in his responses to questions about why he is the way he is. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.